Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about something that stands between you and your goals, between you and your dreams: laziness. Now, I didn't get to where I am today by making excuses, by being lazy, or by waiting for success to come to me. I got here by putting in the hard work day after day, year after year. Success doesn't knock on your door, you have to hunt it down. Let me tell you this, if you don't kill your laziness, it will kill your dreams. Laziness is the silent thief of potential. It doesn't just hold you back, it sabotages you from the inside. Every day you let laziness control you is a day you step further away from greatness. I'm not saying it's easy. You'll have days when you don't want to get out of bed, days when it feels impossible to push through. But those are the days that define you. Champions are made on the days they don't feel like doing the work, but do it anyway. To kill your laziness, you need to find that fire, that hunger. You need to be obsessed with becoming the best version of yourself. Once you've tasted victory, once you know what it feels like to give everything you have, you'll never want to be lazy again. So are you ready to commit? Are you ready to get up every day and fight for your dreams? Then let's go. Let's kill our laziness and become unstoppable. Define your why. When it comes to defeating laziness, it all starts with your why. Most people go through life doing things because they feel they have to, but they don't understand the deeper purpose behind their actions. When you know your why, you'll find it becomes your compass and your fuel. It becomes the fire inside you that drives you every day, that keeps you moving forward even when it gets tough. Think about it. Every time you set out to accomplish something, there's a reason behind it. You have a vision, an ultimate goal that keeps you pushing through challenges. But if you don't clearly define what that goal is or why it's so important to you, it's easy for laziness to creep in. It's easy to wake up and say, I'll do it tomorrow, because you haven't internalized the reason you're doing it in the first place. Let's be clear. Defining your why doesn't mean setting a vague goal like I want to be successful or I want to be in better shape. It has to be personal. It has to resonate with you on a deeper level. It could be a promise you made to yourself or your family, a legacy you want to build, or a personal standard of excellence you want to uphold. Whatever it is, it has to be powerful enough to pull you out of bed every morning with purpose. To define your why, start by asking yourself what success looks like for you. What kind of life do you want to build? What impact do you want to have on the world? These aren't just abstract ideas, they should become vivid images that you can hold in your mind. Picture yourself reaching your ultimate goal. Imagine the feeling of achieving it and hold on to that vision. Make it part of who you are, because when you do, that vision will be the light that guides you through every difficult day. Once you know your why, write down. Keep it visible, remind yourself of it constantly. When you have a clear reason driving you, every action takes on meaning. Even the smallest tasks become part of the journey. Suddenly, the work you need to do becomes a stepping stone toward that bigger vision, and you won't want to let lessons rob you of it. Because now every moment matters. Every decision becomes a choice between staying on the path or veering off course. So the next time you're tempted to skip a workout, put off a task, or take the easy road, think about your why. Ask yourself if staying comfortable in the moment is worth sacrificing the future you envision. Real growth happens when you consistently choose purpose over comfort, when you're willing to take one more step toward your dream, even if it's tough, even if it means sacrificing today's ease for tomorrow's victory. Define your why and let it carry you forward. Set small, achievable goals. Laziness often sneaks in when you feel overwhelmed by a huge goal. You look at the big picture and think, how am I ever going to get there? And that's where doubt and procrastination come in, because the end goal seems miles away. To overcome this, the key is to break down that massive goal into small, achievable steps. Setting small goals is like building blocks. You start with something manageable, something you can accomplish today. When you reach that small milestone, you feel a sense of progress, and that feeling builds momentum. Think of it as training yourself to win. Every small success reinforces that you're capable and that you're moving in the right direction. Now, this doesn't mean your big goal isn't important. In fact, that vision should always be in your mind. But instead of focusing on the final destination, put your energy into the next step you need to take. Let's say your goal is to get in the best shape of your life. That's a huge commitment, and if you only focus on how far you have to go, it can become paralyzing. But if you set a small goal, like committing to exercise for 30 minutes each day, you start building the habit without feeling overwhelmed. Each small goal should be specific, measurable, and realistic. Instead of saying, I want to be a better player, make it concrete. I will practice shooting for 20 minutes after each training session. Instead of saying, I want to be more disciplined, set a goal like, I will wake up 30 minutes earlier each day to work on my skills. Small goals give you a sense of accomplishment, and every step you take brings you closer to the big picture. When you achieve these small wins, celebrate them. Recognize the progress you're making, because this reinforces the idea that you're moving forward. Every small victory is a reminder that you're capable of reaching the ultimate goal, and this is what kills laziness. When you know you're progressing, even if it's one step at a time, there's no room for procrastination. You begin to realize that each small goal, each daily achievement, is like a brick in the foundation of your success. To keep things exciting, track your progress. Write down your small goals, check them off as you complete them, and watch how they add up. There's nothing more satisfying than looking back and seeing how far you've come because you committed to those small steps. This builds confidence and it creates a pattern of winning that eventually becomes second nature. In the end, achieving greatness is about consistency. It's about showing up day after day and putting in the work, no matter how small the task may seem. Remember, small goals may not feel like much on their own, but they are the steps that lead you to something extraordinary. So don't underestimate them. Start with the small steps, build momentum, and watch as your commitment compounds into something incredible. Let every small goal be a step that brings you closer to your dream. Create a routine and stick to it. Discipline is not about making one great decision, it's about showing up every single day. A routine is your greatest weapon against laziness because it eliminates the need to constantly make choices. When you have a routine, your actions become habits and your habits become your life. Routines create structure and give you a sense of purpose every day, eliminating the space for doubt and procrastination. Think of your routine as your foundation. Every time you follow through with your routine, you're solidifying that foundation. On days when your motivation is low or when laziness creeps in, your routine will keep you anchored. It's not about feeling motivated every day, it's about creating a system that ensures you don't have to rely on motivation. You already know what needs to be done now, start sticking to that plan. Set up a daily schedule that aligns with your goals. This doesn't have to be complicated. Start with a simple plan: what time you wake up, when you train, when you rest, and when you work. Block out time for each task and don't deviate. Over time, this structure becomes a habit. And once it's a habit, you won't have to think twice about doing it. The key to sticking to your routine is consistency. There will be days when you don't feel like following the plan, days when everything in you wants to skip a workout, sleep in, or take it easy. But those are the days that matter the most. Champions are made on the days they push through, not the days they feel great. So when those moments of laziness appear, fall back on your routine. Stick to the schedule, because every time you do, you're strengthening your discipline. Remember, routine doesn't mean you're locking yourself into monotony. It's about setting a pattern that gives you freedom, because when your essential tasks are handled, you're free to improve and grow even more. Laziness dies when you have a routine, because you're training yourself to make progress every day, whether you feel like it or not. Let your routine be your guide, and let discipline become your greatest strength. Surround yourself with driven people. If you want to eliminate laziness from your life, take a hard look at the people around you. Are they pushing you to be better? Do they challenge you? Or do they enable laziness and mediocrity? The people in your life play a massive role in your success because they influence your mindset, your energy, and your habits. If you want to stay motivated, surround yourself with others who are equally driven people, who are committed to excellence and won't let you settle for anything less. When you're surrounded by driven people, their energy is contagious. You see them working hard, pursuing their goals, and refusing to accept excuses, and it makes you want to do the same. They set a standard that inspires you to rise higher. On the other hand, if you're surrounded by people who make excuses, procrastinate, and allow laziness to control their lives, that same attitude can start to rub off on you. Who you spend time with shapes who you become. Seek out people who have high standards for themselves and who will hold you accountable to reach yours. These are the people who won't let you sleep, who will call you out when you're not giving it your all, and who will push you when you feel like giving up. This doesn't mean you have to cut off everyone who isn't as driven as you are, but it does mean prioritizing those who inspire and uplift you. Make it a point to be around people who challenge you to be the best version of yourself. Building a circle of driven people isn't just about motivation, it's about learning and growing. These people will teach you new strategies, share their experiences, and help you see things from different perspectives. You'll start to pick up their habits, their discipline, and their resilience. This kind of environment makes lazy nearly impossible because you're constantly reminded of what's possible when you're committed. So make it a goal to find and connect with driven people, whether it's joining a community, reaching out to a mentor, or simply surrounding yourself with teammates who share your ambition. This step is essential. As iron sharpens iron, the people you surround yourself with will elevate you, and together you'll push past the limits of what you thought was possible. In this circle, there's no place for laziness, only relentless pursuit of greatness.
Schedule your day with intentionality. Let me tell you something. If you don't plan your day will plan itself. And that's how laziness slips right in. Every successful person knows the importance of scheduling their time with intention. You can't leave it to chance, because let's be real, if you don't decide how you spend your day, laziness will decide for you. Laziness loves an empty schedule. It's like a wide open invitation for distractions and excuses. But when you plan your day with purpose, laziness doesn't stand a chance. A lot of people wake up without a plan. They go through the day reacting to whatever comes their way, and by the time they look up, the day is over, and they haven't done a thing to move closer to their goals. If that sounds familiar, it's time to shift gears. To kill laziness, you have to build structure. Think of your schedule as your roadmap. If you want to get somewhere, you need directions, and that's exactly what a planned day provides. Start with the big things. What's the most important task you need to tackle today? What's the one thing that, if you accomplished it, would make you feel like you've made real progress? Put that task first. Block out time specifically for it. I'm treated like an unbreakable appointment. It's non-negotiable. When you set this kind of priority, you're training yourself to treat your goals with respect. And when you respect your goals, you don't let laziness get in the way. Now, don't overschedule yourself to the point where you're overwhelmed. Laziness will use that against you too, because when your day feels packed beyond reason, you're more likely to procrastinate. Instead, be realistic. Schedule blocks of time for focused work, but also schedule breaks to recharge. The trick is to have a rhythm, a balance that keeps you moving forward without burning out. Think of it like intervals, intense focus followed by a bit of rest. That way you're always energized and ready to tackle the next task without giving laziness a foothold. And here's the key: stick to your schedule like it's a promise to yourself. Don't let laziness convince you to push things back, saying, "Oh, I can do that later." Later becomes never. When you show up for yourself day after day, you build discipline, and discipline is what kills laziness dead. Every day that you follow your schedule, you're training yourself to be productive and focused. And pretty soon it becomes second nature. Laziness doesn't stand a chance against someone who has built a routine that's committed to growth. Also, set aside time every evening to review your day. Look at what you accomplished and then plan for tomorrow. This little step keeps you intentional and helps you avoid that lazy trap of "I'll figure it out tomorrow." Successful people don't leave their time up to chance. They plan, they prioritize, and they execute. And when you get in the habit of doing this, you'll see the difference it makes in every area of your life. Laziness can't survive in a well-scheduled life because there's simply no room for it. So tomorrow morning, don't just wake up and let the day happen to you. Wake up and make the day yours. Decide ahead of time how you'll spend it, and stick to that plan like it's your key to the life you want, because it is. Laziness doesn't survive in a disciplined environment. And when you schedule your day with purpose, you're setting yourself up for success, one intentional hour at a time. Learn to love the grind. Here's something people don't often talk about when it comes to success: the grind. Everyone wants the big goals, the shiny rewards, the applause, but not everyone wants to work. Not everyone wants to get up early, stay up late, and push through the hard, unglamorous stuff. That's the grind. And if you want to kill laziness, you have to learn to love it. The grind is where real progress is made, where success is earned. The grind is what separates the people who talk about their dreams from the people who actually live them. See, most people think that success is one big leap, one massive breakthrough. But here's the truth: success is built on a foundation of small, consistent actions. It's built on those daily tasks that don't feel like much on their own, but add up over time. That's the grind, showing up every single day, putting in the work even when you don't see instant results. And I'll tell you something: laziness can't handle the grind. Laziness wants quick and easy. It wants shortcuts, but success doesn't come to those who take the easy way out. Think about every great accomplishment you've ever seen. It didn't happen overnight. The grind is the price you pay for greatness. It's those early mornings, the late nights, the times when you're tired, but you keep going anyway. That's where you separate yourself from the crowd. When you embrace the grind, you're telling laziness, "You don't control me," because you know what you're working for, and you know it's worth every ounce of effort you put in. Loving the grind doesn't mean you enjoy every single part of it. There will be days when you don't feel like doing the work, when everything feels tough and you're tempted to let laziness win. But when you've made peace with the grind, you push through those days because you know they're part of the process. You see the bigger picture, and that vision keeps you going when others quit. Laziness tries to make you think that only the big moments matter. But the truth is, every small step, every bit of effort you put in is moving you closer to your dreams. So how do you learn to love the grind? Start by reminding yourself of why you're doing it. Keep your goals at the front of your mind and celebrate those small victories along the way. Every time you complete a task, no matter how small, you're one step closer. Appreciate the journey because that's where real growth happens. Laziness wants to steal that journey from you to make you think that it's too hard, that you're on results fast enough. But when you love the grind, you're unstoppable. You know that every day you put in the work, you're winning. Look, the grind isn't glamorous, but it's what gets you where you want to go. So show up for it. Lean into it. Embrace the effort, the sweat, the discipline. Because when you learn to love the grind, you're doing more than killing laziness. You're building a foundation for a life that you can be proud of. And that, my friend, is worth every ounce of hard work. Visualize your future without laziness. One of the most powerful ways to kill laziness is to picture exactly what's at stake. I'm talking about sitting down, closing your eyes, and imagining two different futures. The one where you rise above laziness and accomplish everything you've dreamed of, and the one where laziness wins and your goals slip away. Visualization is a tool that can change everything. It brings your future into focus, and it gives you a glimpse of what's possible if you make the right choices today. Let's do this right now. Close your eyes and imagine your life without laziness holding you back. Imagine waking up every morning with energy and purpose. You're tackling your goals, crossing off achievements, and seeing your dreams come to life. You're proud of the life you've built because you know it didn't come easy. You know it took discipline, dedication, and saying no to laziness every single day. That's your future when you decide that laziness has no place in your life. It's a future full of possibilities, pride, and fulfillment. Now let's flip the script. Imagine the opposite, a future where laziness wins. You keep putting things off, making excuses, letting opportunities pass you by. A year goes by, then 5, then 10, and you realize you're in the same place you were before. That future is full of regret, of wondering what could have been if only you pushed harder, if only you'd started when you said you would. It's a future where potential is wasted, and let me tell you, that's a painful reality. But here's the good news, that future doesn't have to be yours. Visualization isn't just about seeing your future, it's about feeling it. Feel the pride of achieving your goals. Feel the satisfaction of knowing you didn't let laziness win. And on the flip side, feel the disappointment of staying stuck, of not going after what you want. When you feel those emotions, you'll start to understand why killing laziness is so important. Because your future depends on it. And when you realize that, you'll find it easier to get up, to push through, and to stay focused on your goals. Every morning, take a few minutes to visualize your future. Let it be the first thing on your mind. Picture yourself moving closer to your goals, conquering challenges, and growing stronger every day. Let that vision drive you, because once you know where you're headed, laziness doesn't stand a chance. You're working towards something that matters, and that's more powerful than any excuse laziness can throw at you. The choice is yours, the future you want or the future you let slip away. So make the decision to kill Laz. Look, at the end of the day, killing laziness isn't just about working harder or doing more. It's about reclaiming control over your life. Laziness is sneaky, it robs you slowly, one day, one excuse, one missed opportunity at a time. But now you know the power, you have to shut it down. You've got the tools, the mindset, and the vision. It's all in your hands. Remember, laziness doesn't stand a chance against a determined mind. Break down your tasks, embrace discomfort, build accountability, and schedule your day with purpose. Love the grind and keep that future the one without regret, crystal clear in your mind. Every single day, when you choose action over apathy, purpose over procrastination, you're choosing the life you were meant to live. So don't let laziness hold you back from what's waiting on the other side of your hard work. Stand up, step forward, and claim it. Because once you take control, there's nothing that can keep you from reaching greatness.